Have you ever heard of Sandusky South? Well, you might be interested to know it's actually not located in Sandusky, Ohio. We're going to talk about that in this video and more. We're going to talk about everything that we need to know when it comes to lifestyle, housing, affordability, the real estate market, things to do, and more in Sandusky South. Welcome to my channel. I'm Adam Williams. I'm a local realtor here with the night team at Keller Williams Citywide. On this channel, I cover everything that you need to know about the real estate market, lifestyle, living here in the northern coast of Ohio. That really includes everywhere from Catawba Island and Port Clinton all the way over to Vermilion, including cities like Huron, Sandusky, Bayview, and more. Here are the 5 things I'm going to cover in this video. First, what counts as Sandusky South? So really the location and what that's defined as. Number 2, the lifestyle and what daily life is like there. Number 3, housing options and affordability. Number 4, the job market. Number 5, things to do and who fits in this area. Is this a good fit for you essentially? So let's jump right in. What is Sandusky South? And this is so intriguing because it's actually a fun debate when it comes to living in Sandusky there's 2 towns, Sandusky and Perkins Township. So many people, myself included for a long time, always thought Perkins Township was a part of Sandusky. But the reality is they are actually 2 different areas, technically speaking. You have the City of Sandusky and you have Perkins Township. Sandusky South, believe it or not, belongs to Perkins Township. This was designated to belong inside of that. It is literally right below Sandusky. So it borders Sandusky. I think that's why it's called Sandusky South. But it gets very confusing because a lot of people actually refer to southern Sandusky and they mix the stats up and they might think you're actually talking about the southern area of the city of Sandusky, which, believe it or not, is very different when you go there. So where is Sandusky South then? So it really borders, here's some streets I'm going to name here and neighborhoods. So south of Perkins Avenue, stretching towards Perkins Township, Bogart Road, Strub Road, and touching parts of the US 250 corridor. So you're essentially sitting in between downtown Sandusky to the north, Perkins Township shopping and dining to the south, highway access on both sides, and you do have major employers just minutes away. So when it comes to the location, you're a little bit outside of Sandusky itself, so a little bit quieter neighborhoods, but you're extremely close to all of the shopping, dining, and everything Sandusky and Perkins Township has to offer. And when I say close, in some instances, I'm talking 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes to downtown. So this is really close, but it's a little bit quieter. Let's talk Sandusky South lifestyle. So it really moves at a comfortable, steady pace, but you do get the suburban neighborhoods with mature trees all around. You're going to get easy access to local parks and quiet streets. Tons of shopping and dining right off the 250 corridor. That's going to include the Sandusky Mall and a lot of different stores that you're going to find there. So any shopping that you need, groceries and dining, it's all right there. You're minutes to Cedar Point, very close to Marinas and the waterfront fun that Sandusky has to offer. And there's going to be a strong mix of people who have lived there for a long time with locals and new families moving in this area. So why do people choose to live here and stay here? Well, it's one of the more balanced, affordable, and convenient pockets of Northern Ohio. You're not paying for lakefront premiums right down the road, but you're still a short drive to anything fun and along the water, and then Cedar Point, all these amenities that we're going to talk about and we have talked about. So this is a very balanced and affordable neighborhood to live in. Speaking of affordability, let's jump into housing and affordability. So what types of homes are you going to find in Sandusky South? Well, you're going to see classic mid-century ranches, split levels and bi-levels. You're going to see larger colonials that were built in the 80s and 90s. There are some new construction, newer homes around Bogart Road and Perkins Township edges that you're going to see. So that it's pretty diverse. That's one thing I love about Perkins Township specifically is you're going to get there's nothing cookie cutter. You're going to see tons of different style of homes in these areas here. All right, so let's talk about affordability. In order to understand the affordability here in the stats that we can pull, it's important to know Sandusky South is not a huge area that we're talking about. The estimated population, this is a very outdated census that I found, was around 7,000 people. That's not a lot of people. So it's not a huge area. So keep that in mind when we talk about the house prices here and the different real estate stats that we have. So typically what we're seeing with home values on estimate, they're around $220,000. That's the median price here. So that's one thing you're going to see with Perkins Township specifically. The housing is a little bit different than when it comes to living in Sandusky. Sandusky is considered a little bit more affordable than Perkins Township. And remember, Sandusky South is a part of Perkins Township. Why is this? Well, it's mainly because you're going to get a lot more space. The land, the lot sizes, your property is going to be a little bit larger, a little more private. There's more trees. So the homes are going to be maybe even a little bit bigger of homes too. So that's really what you're paying for when you move out into Perkins Township, that quieter lifestyle, a little bit more space and privacy. So at the time of making this video, it shows there's about 13 homes for sale currently right now in Sandusky South. And this is one of those markets that when homes go for sale, they don't typically last long. They do move pretty quick because it's more affordable. Perkins Township is a very desirable township to live in. So when homes go for sale, they do move pretty quick. And that's so true. I say that, I feel like a broken record. I say that so much along these cities that I cover, but that is the reality. Everybody loves to live by the water. Everybody loves to live by these amenities that Sandusky, Catawba Island, and the Vacationland area has to offer. But what's unique about Perkins Township is you get the access to those amenities, but you get more space. You feel like you're in a little bit more of a rural area. And that's where Sandusky South comes into play, is it's bridging the gap between actual Perkins Township and actual Sandusky. It's like right in the middle there. All right, let's move into the job market of Sandusky South. And to understand this, I think it's important to understand when it comes to Perkins Township and Sandusky itself, there's really three major employers that we talk about: the medical field, entertainment industry, and education systems. The school systems in these areas are phenomenal. Perkins Township School District is amazing, extremely well known for sports. So the educational system is extremely strong here and offers a lot of jobs for that. The healthcare field is huge when it comes to Sandusky. And so we'll talk about here the major employers. First and foremost, obviously you have to mention Cedar Fair. That's Cedar Point and that whole entertainment industry and what that has to offer. There's thousands of jobs that it offers, really. And it's very close by, obviously. Firelands Regional Medical Center, that's located actually in Sandusky, just minutes away from Sandusky South. Pretty large hospital. It employs a lot of people. Definitely one of the top year-round employers in this area. Right next door to Sandusky South is the Ohio Veterans Home. That does offer jobs there. Then right down the road in Perkins Township, we had the NASA Glenn Research Center. Very interesting. So there's jobs there for NASA if you need that. And then Sandusky schools and Perkins local schools as well. Again, we've mentioned that, a lot of strong jobs available there. Kalahari, that's a great resort right down the road. They offer jobs, and I can go on and on and on about the entertainment industry and how many jobs this area offers. Then if you need a larger job market, Cleveland is not that far away, and then you also do have Toledo. And then this is also an area that I know a lot of people who work remotely and get to work from home, they choose to live in areas like this because it is affordable. Plus, they can still have a close drive, close proximity to all these amenities that we've discussed. Let's talk really quick about what is there to do in Sandusky South. This is a given. This is the easiest part of this video, honestly. There's so much to do in this area, and you're minutes drive from them living in Sandusky South. So obviously Cedar Point, I mean, you're talking like 8 minutes away, depending on traffic. You're right there, really close to Cedar Point. Downtown Sandusky, which has a lot of boutiques, coffee shops. There's a brewery down there, great restaurants and everything that has to offer. I mean, you're like 5 minutes from downtown Sandusky. A huge one, Sports Force Parks by Cedar Point. This is huge in this area. I know so many people who take their kids to this world-renowned training facility. There's huge baseball fields, a huge indoor training facility. It's state of the art. It's magnificent. It's awesome. So if you're into sports, or if you have kids that are into sports, this is a great area for that. Then there's Kalahari Resort. It's right down the road in Perkins Township. That's year-long fun, even in the winter times. That's great. Very popular. There's a lot of local parks and trails for quiet weekends. There's the Sandusky Bay Pathway, which I talk a lot about. It's so beautiful. There's a lot of local parks and trails that you can explore here. There's quick access to Huron beaches as well, right down the road. And then obviously boating. There's a lot of marinas around, so you have boating, access to Put-in Bay, fishing, everything that Lake Erie lifestyle has to offer. So I want to end this video with a couple of questions that I'm getting asked a lot right now, and just try to help you out if you're wondering about these things. For example, a lot of people ask me, is now a good time to buy? Well, here's the reality. There's never a perfect time to buy. The time to buy is when you actually need to. And it's good to start looking when you feel that coming. And what I would say is be prepared for when you find the right house. In these areas that I service, what I've seen with a lot of clients is that right house will come available and it doesn't last long because these are places that are desirable. It's Vacationland. So the right time to buy is when it's the right time for you. And then when I'd be prepared with a good realtor who's going to have you set up, make sure you're pre-approved, make sure you have what you need to be able to pull the trigger when you need to, when the right home comes available for you. Another one that I get a lot is, should I wait for rates to drop? We all know we've been waiting for that. Some of us have 3% mortgages currently. Yeah, I get it. Right now we're talking 7%, high 6%. Yeah, that's a big deal. But here's the reality. If the right home shows up now, you could always refinance later. And the other reality is the rates might not drop. We don't know. I don't have a crystal ball in front of me. I can't tell you they're going to, and no lender really can. And let's also be honest, if the rates were to drop, this is my opinion. This is not, just take it as my opinion. If the rates were to drop tomorrow to 3%, let's say they dropped, the market would flood with all of these buyers who have been sitting on the fence. What do you think is going to happen to the home prices? So yes, you might pay a little bit more in interest rate now, but the home prices are not coming down. And I don't believe they're going to, per se. I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't believe they're going to. So right now, a lot of people are waiting for the right time to buy because they're waiting for the rates to drop. We don't know if they're going to drop. If they drop significantly, the market's going to flood with buyers, driving home prices up with multiple offers, and you're going to pay more anyways. So what I say, the right time to buy is when you need to buy and you're ready for it. Secondly, don't wait for the rates to drop, per se. Wait for the right home. You can always refinance later if the rates were to drop to 3% again. Don't think it's going to happen, by the way. Next question, how do I know which area fits me? Look, this is my job. This is what I do. I'm very familiar with all of these areas. And the way this works is we listen. Listen to what your needs are. What are you truly looking for? And then we'll give you guidance on this. This is your decision. We don't steer you left or right. However, what you can do is tell me what you're looking for, and I can give you expert advice on, yeah, this is a great area over here. This could be a great area, and show you the options. And then let me show you around, essentially. I have clients that have flown in from different states even to look at these areas. I'm more than happy to do that for you and help you find the right home to live in. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in this area, whether it's tomorrow, 6 months from now, a year from now, I'd love to have a conversation with you. My contact information is in the description below. Please feel free to reach out, call me, text me, email me, it doesn't matter. Let me just have a conversation with you, see how I can help you out and help you make the best decision for you and your family. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you liked it, but I'll see you on the next one.